So, I mean, it's really exciting to have you on. I've been following you on Twitter pretty much since you've joined Twitter. I've been watching your Amiibo hunting series. I thought who better to discuss the Amiibo phenomenon and the Amiibo hunting phenomenon than the Amiibo hunter himself. So, what do you do to get yourself psyched up for an Amiibo hunt?
What do
Because let me tell you, I watch your videos. You are psyched up completely every single time I watch you. You have to be the most passionate person when it comes to Amiibo that I've ever come in any contact with.
listen, you can. I wish you could ask anybody that knows me, either family like my parents or my wife, or even just friends in general, dude. I am hyped up 24/7. People think I'm on crack or any other drug that gets you all hyped up. So it's not really that hard in that aspect of it. And then you add the fact that I am super passionate about collecting in general because I've been collecting for years. And super passionate about games and Nintendo. So it's just like an orgy of awesomeness, and I just get super pumped, and it's like, oh, and I go Super Saiyan every time, dude. It's just like that.
I know the feeling too. I'm a kid of the late 80s, so I grew up with the NES, the Super NES. N64 came out when I was, I think, 12 years old. So I think that's what kind of brought me into the world of Amiibo. It just reminds me so much of my childhood. I can pick it up, I can kind of play with it, watch it come to life in a game. What really brought you into the Amiibo collecting phenomenon?
Well, this is how my Amiibo collecting started, okay? I have my friend, his name's Perthesius, or his handle is Perthesius. He does phenomenal artwork. You should check him out. But this guy, he loves Zelda, right? And he was telling me about Amiibo, and I knew they were coming out, but I was gonna stay away from them, at least from the beginning, just because I didn't wanna, I don't know, start collecting something new without knowing exactly what Nintendo's future for it was, and blah blah blah. But he kept nagging about it. Oh, he would call me every day. Oh yeah, Amiibo, I got this guy, and it's gonna be awesome, and I got him pre-ordered already, and blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
So a week after they came out, he was telling me how Marth, which I love Marth a lot. I use him when I get tired of using Captain Falcon. That's who I use. And he was telling me how Marth and Villager and withThe Trainer were, disappearing from shelves. I'm like, really? Already? What the hell? Is everybody collecting them? So, and I had seen some of them on shelves too before I started collecting. And I decided to, you know what? Let me go check them out. And sure enough, I saw what's his face, Donkey Kong, and I love Donkey Kong Country, so it's one of my favorite all-time games. So I got him, and then it was his fault. It legit was his fault. I would not be collecting Amiibo right now if it wasn't for Perthesius. So that's how it started, man. It legit started that way, and of course I got super pumped with them, and me being a collector, and it just blew up from there.
And I've seen your videos. I'm actually pretty excited anytime a new video from you comes up. What would you say is the most intense story you've had finding an Amiibo in the wild? I saw your Meta Knight video, and I kind of had a very similar experience with Meta Knight too. But what was that like for you? The whole hunting for like the retail exclusives.
Well, I guess the let's see, Shulk was easy, or technically, somewhat easy. I know it was emotionally not easy, just because I didn't know if GameStop was gonna sell my pre-order. I didn't get a Meta Knight in stores. I was trying to get one for my friend in Puerto Rico who couldn't get one, because I had mine pre-ordered already from BestBuy.com.
Yeah.
So I failed at that miserably, and then you got Rosalina. Rosalina was intense because that I did not have pre-order, and I needed to get her. So it took me 3 stores to find her, and I finally did. And I mean, you saw the result. I mean, I think that was probably the most pumped I've ever been inside my car. So that was intense. So that was probably the most thing, because I figured that by that third target I was out of luck, because time time kept passing. So obviously people were camping already. Oh my god, that's why I got so pumped. I'm getting pumped right now just thinking about how lucky I was to get my hands on that one Rosalina. And I still remember that damn grandma buying 2 Rosalinas in front of me when the guy's telling me, it's only 1 per person. But I'm a grandma. Give me 2 for my grandkids. I'm like, no, she's gonna sell it on eBay. I know it. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Just finding that.
Yeah.
I had the exact opposite experience finding Rosalina. I had a blizzard in my state. I'm in Wisconsin. You're in Florida, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm in Wisconsin, so we had a massive blizzard. The roads were terrible. I was the only person in that store. I think when they opened up the doors, I was still the only person there after about 15 minutes because nobody could find the stock anywhere. They had people going in the back. But yeah, nobody ended up showing up for any of the Rosalinas. Meta Knight was nuts though.
Nobody cared for Rosalina.
Nobody came. Yeah, it was kind of surprising. But yeah, I ended up picking up a Rosalina. Absolutely love her. She's my favorite. But Meta Knight was very, very similar to the experience that you had with Meta Knight. I was the 8th person in line. There was 9 Meta Knights available. And I think the biggest thing that ended up happening was there was like a group of 10 people that showed up at the last second. They tried to burst into the door. They were pushing people over, trying to get in. What they didn't know is management already gave us tickets. So
Awesome. I love it.
we weren't too concerned about it. But yeah, I think that was the most crazy I've seen people go over Amiibo, at least personally. But yeah, I think we can share a bond of people going nuts for Amiibo and really Amiibo hunting in general. What would you say your tip is for people that want to go and hunt for the rare Amiibo?
Well, as from right now, now that we know how everything's being handled, try to get it pre-ordered as soon as possible. I mean, that would be the main thing. It's all about pre-orders right now because we've seen what happens when you don't have, especially retail exclusives. When you don't have them pre-ordered, I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. So but let's say you don't get them pre-ordered. I mean, listen, it's getting earlier and earlier, the time when people start camping out for these things, because I remember, trying to remember, I think Rosalina, people were there like at 7, and then it came Meta Knight, and people were there at 5:30 in the morning. So, I bet you for Gold Mario, people are gonna be inside Walmart probably from, the previous day before it actually comes out. So it's gonna be, you're gonna really have to be dedicated, and if you want a certain Amiibo, especially right now, then you better do that. You better just know that you're gonna be camping out early, probably before, the previous day, and just do it.